Scale pests have caused a lot of problems for Christmas tree growers in recent years. These pests are not found everywhere and could spread to other areas on cut trees. Trees have been rejected or destroyed because inspectors in those states and countries have found scales on imported trees. Scales are tiny insects found on the backside of needles, even though they don't really look like an insect. For most of their life, they don't have any legs and they don't move around. They can be different colors and shapes, and you can scratch them off the needle, showing that it's an actual insect. A single female scale can produce dozens of offspring, so just a few scales can cause a tree to be rejected by inspectors. The easiest way to prevent shipping scale-infested trees to areas of high concern is to harvest trees from clean fields. But even the cleanest fields require a closer look since scales are so small and hard to find. Scale insects are the easiest to find when a tree is baled, with the branches and needles turned up. Once you bale trees, you might actually find more scales than you thought were there. When shipping trees to states or countries concerned about scales, at some point during harvest, it is necessary to look at all sides of the tree to make sure it is scale-free. This needs to be done in a place where there is enough light to see such tiny pests. Trees like this are heavily infested. They can be easily identified and shipped to areas not concerned about scale. It could be hard to identify a tree with only a few scales on one shoot. Even this low level of scale can cause a tree, or even a load of trees associated with it, to be rejected. Each farm must decide where in the harvest process to look for scales. This could be in the field during baling or loading trailers, unloading trees at the storage yard, palletizing trees, or loading trailers for shipment. But anytime you see a bad tree, sort it out and set it to the side. Make sure to tell your supervisor. It is important that all workers harvesting and handling trees know what scales look like and what to do if they find a scale-infested tree. A little extra effort when harvesting and loading trees can keep them from being rejected for scales.